Press the button to record.
I don't know. Should I?
Yeah? Button. Button.
Press the button.
Okay, the sound check is over. Some people say testing, 1, 2, 3. In this game, we just say button.
Yep.
And occasionally Benjamin, for no apparent reason. Don't ask. It's fine. We're all fine here. How are you? Hello, and welcome to Pack Tactics Season 4. This is a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. My name is Crash. I will be your DM for the evening. Tonight I'm joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Ellie, Io, Jen. We might hear a special guest who doesn't have a character, but every special guest we've had previously ended up making a character. You've been warned.
Eventually.
Yes. This includes 2 people who are currently in this game.
Yep. Fist bump Jen.
Who both ended up playing small agents of chaos.
Oh, yes. My first character was Meepo, so I took it over because Meepo was an NPC and I just saw a lot of potential in her, so there we go.
You proved that Friends is one of the most dangerous cantrips known to all of creation.
Yes.
And then there was the Goblin Barbarian Paladin who had a pact.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get to be a paladin. You have to swear a pact.
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of.
The paladin training might have been a few steps below what a correspondence course teaches.
But that's okay. Burp doesn't read that well anyway.
Yes.
I am a paladin. How am I supposed to train a paladin?
You were kind of a paladin. You were the most paladin-y.
I was a bootleg paladin.
Yeah, you were the most paladin-y of the non-paladins. You were more paladin-y than the actual paladin.
Fighter
sorcerer. No.
Most paladins are not thrown at someone's face.
That was fun.
And then suddenly turned into the bootleg paladin because of a shield.
That did a swap. That was great. Anyway.
And it happened twice to the same guy in the same battle.
Yes.
Anyway, what happened last time? I think it's been like a month.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody knows.
We got to the center of the Earth.
No, not yet.
Oh, that's right. We got to the center of the layer because this planet is not actually a planet. It's a Dyson sphere with stuff on both ends. So we got to the center of this Dyson sphere. There's stuff on both sides. There's an outside and an inside.
I mean, the Earth has an outside and an inside.
The amount of research that could be done on this is probably several times larger than my conceivable lifespan. Not that anyone knows what that is.
Oh, believe me, my lifespan is incredibly long. And, they made a lot of mistakes.
Figures. We're in a Dyson sphere. We're in the center of the layer of the Dyson sphere. That's where we are. Which is why there's no gravity.
And as a reminder, that voice you heard was from 0512-00000314, who may or may not give the same number of zeros every time they say their name out loud.
That's fair.
They've been alone for a very long time. Although they are supposed to be a robot, and therefore not able to suffer the effects of severe isolation for millennia, somewhere along the way they gain sapience and all the wonderful things that come with it. They do have a friend, but it's a cobot harvester named 0512-02097152. But it's just a regular cobot harvester and therefore not actually intelligent.
Probably.
And yeah.
Probably.
Almost certainly. Although in this campaign, you never know.
Exactly.
Yes. And you learned a few things during the last session. You were given a tour of the facility, which is used to make Spelljammer helms, or this is where they make Spelljammer helms. This is where they'd keep all the resources that are used to make Spelljammer helms, if they had any.
Which they don't, which we need.
Yes. And they shut down because of the supply chain issue. All the cobots, all the robotic kobolds went into stasis, except for 314, because 314, as an artificer, could do maintenance work and repair if necessary and knew how to wake them all up afterwards. And they were told, okay, well, it'll be a while until the supply chain works out, so, just wake us up when that happens. And then civilizations rose and fell over that intervening time. And this world was forgotten.
Bit of a problem.
And then you five showed up.
Mhm.
It's fine. We ended the last session with Deza telling 314 that they needed to go wake up the admin who was in charge of this particular cohort 0512. And there was some effort put into the convincing of, yes, this is a thing that I am allowed to tell you to do, but it worked. And so we are starting the session in what would be considered a throne room if it was not managed by robots. I'm just going to refer to them by the last couple of numbers in their names because it's a lot even for me. So admin 64, who better not be running on an x64 processor because no one has that kind of time, is hooked up on a raised platform at one side of this room. There's multiple flexible tubes that go into its back that seem to be basically 64 is water cooled.
Like the Borg Queen.
And the reservoir for the water cooling is somewhere else, possibly a quite large reservoir. So not like the Borg Queen in that they're not like hovering in the air or anything like that.
True.
But they do have limited mobility without, decoupling. And 314 goes up the pedestal and presses a few dials and pulls out a monkey wrench.
Uh-oh.
Looks at the monkey wrench, looks at 64, looks at the monkey wrench, looks at 64, raises their hand high, and then turns a bolt on the back of the shoulder.
No percussive maintenance.
What?
No, I would not have been surprised if it was percussive maintenance, judging by the kobold inventors we met. They are fond of creating things that have satisfying pressing mechanisms.
Well, we only use percussive maintenance here if it's broken. If it ain't broke, don't try to break it.
If it ain't broke, don't hit it? Right. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Who?
Third base.
I will not laugh. I'm on the force.
No,
The force
this is
with
the
me. I'm on
first
the force.
base
The
we
force
have
is
been
working.
to.
The force.
Well,
I
suppose
resisted the
that's
laugh. None of you get
down.
inspiration.
Oh.
Yet.
Yet.
Some steam starts venting out of various joints of 64.
We all watch cautiously.
314 goes and tightens something else. The steam stops venting out.
Is
Sorry
this
about
not-
that.
Is this not letting the magic smoke out?
Magic smoke? What's that?
I don't know. I was told that once that's what makes everything run when artificers make it.
No, we don't deal in magic. This isn't like hocus pocus and conjuring cheap tricks. This is science. Now let me turn this giant dragonborn that's made out of kobolds into... Wait, what?
Science.
What was I doing?
Turning on... You're turning on the admin.
Why would I be doing that? Oh! You asked to talk to the admin! The DM is checking his notes. Okay. The admin's eyes start to glow, and it stands up from its previous sitting position and looks around. Greetings, overseers. How may I assist you?
Oh, someone recognizes kobolds finally.
I obviously recognize you as kobolds. Why would I not?
it has been civilization's worth of time since there were kobolds on this planet. We are most of what remains of the crew that came to return and investigate the homeworld.
Does this mean that the supply chain issues have been resolved?
We might
Not
need a little.
yet.
We're hoping,
We are attempting to resolve them.
but we might
Understood.
need some more information.
Understood. What information do you require?
How to get to where the supply chain is has gotten the holdup, and what we will be needing to get back. Sori is going to look around and see if that's approximately right. Is Deza, is that right?
That's about right as I remember it, yeah.
Six-
It's also been a month.
And if there
64
are any
Sorry.
dangers that we might have to contend with that would not be dangerous if we knew what was going on.
A bit of steam leaks out as
Oh, we're
additional
welcome.
processing takes place. Main dangers to be encountered involve walking into heavy machinery, walking in front of heavy machinery, walking under heavy machinery, walking near heavy machinery, looking at heavy machinery the wrong way, in limited senses,
I was afraid of that.
taunting Happy Funball. Please, I must stress, do not taunt Happy Funball.
Yes, sir.
And orbital bombardment by the Elf Armada.
Yeah, they're not here right now, hopefully.
The other dangers are still in effect.
Right. Are those the dangers on the inside or on the outside? There's not an Elf Armada on the inside world, is there?
Unknown.
Were they on the inside world when last you knew about them?
Unknown.
Oh, I mean, orbit is one thing, but is there an inner orbit? Oh, Sori puts her head in her hands. She will hug her little stuffed tail because it is comforting.
Longcap puts a hand on Sori's head. Longcap thinks this is comforting.
I mean, it kind of is.
Processing. Inner orbit would not be readily feasible. To achieve equilibrium between the artificial sun and the ground, one would need to exert sufficient force to continue travel without friction with the atmosphere causing eventual orbit decay. Therefore, if the Elf Armada is in the interior, they are not in orbit.
At least they cannot perform orbital bombardment if they do that. Yay. It's been a long time. Maybe their ships are all dead. Hopefully they never got on the inside anyway.
While
Is there a way to get...
the Overseer will stop anytime any of you starts talking.
I'm stopping to let the Overseer talk.
The Overseer is now looking at you, waiting for you to start talking again.
Okay.
Yes, this is just as awkward in-game as it is out of game.
Is there a way to get from the inside to the outside and vice versa without using the supply tunnels?
Processing. Yes. Material is transferred from the outer surface to the inner surface via subduction. One could travel that route, and your atoms would be processed into new materials or sent through the volcanoes to be recycled again.
Sounds
But
dangerous.
Let's not say we did.
Then the tunnels would be the best route for accessing the interior.
Understood.
So we need to know which tunnel to go in and find out if there are any cars available that organic type people could ride in and not get smushed on the way.
The train in tunnel 4I would likely be sufficient.
Is that the one we came in?
No, you came in through 3E.
I'm glad that someone knows.
The E is for exterior, the I is for interior. I'm sorry, the comment that was typed was not funny at all, but the response from D1C3, I have to look at this. So by writing that in brackets, we have, congratulations, there's 2 successes. You have incurred 1 threat and 2 dark pips.
Successes on nausea.
Yes, and I think if you're having to deal with nausea, having 1 threat and 2 dark pips is apt.
Very. Whoops.
Also, this is probably the first time in my adult years that I have ever laughed at someone saying they're being nauseous. And I feel bad about that.
Don't feel bad about that.
It is fair to, well, the dice. The dice.
And it's not, we don't even play that system. But I refuse to get one of D1C3 because this.
It does this.
This
It does
exact
those
thing.
things. Yes.
Anything you type in brackets, it thinks you want to roll Star Wars dice.
Mhm. Let's
And
see.
you can make it roll other dice too, but still. Do
Sorry.
you require any other information?
We might require a little bit of assistance moving supplies out of the car. We came in at 3E because the supplies here are, I think they're past their expiration date.
There is some tapping between 64 and 314.
We've been asleep how long?
This is upsetting.
Sorry.
Apologies are not necessary. This is upsetting the workflow.
Yes. At least we may have disabled the ground. Well, I suppose it was probably a defense once, but also it kind of shot us down. But it's disabled now. Sorry, Maury.
Maury is continuing to just stare.
Sorry, we'll put a hand on Maury's hand or arm because Sorry thinks that might be comforting.
There's now a chain of comfort going through
Yes.
the party.
Everyone hold on to the rope. I am going to have you make a roll. Let's see if you can roll a persuasion check. Not because you're trying to persuade... Actually, you are trying to persuade Maury. You're trying to persuade Maury to not freak out.
Yes.
Okay. With an effective roll of 22, you do not make Maury jump her full height when you reach out and touch her in any way. Although she may have, if you had rolled lower.
Oh, dear.
Yes, Ellie is correct. Because I laughed at D1C3, D1C3 has inspiration, which means if D1C3 ever rolls poorly, we can have D1C3 roll again.
It's inspiration. Yeah.
Which means it could even roll worse. And I'm looking forward to it. Because of how many times I deliberately try to get Dark Pips when I invoke D1C3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even play that game. All right. I have authorized 314 to... It doesn't say 314, it's just the full set of numbers.
Are the zeros the same number of zeros that 314 says?
Canonically, all cohort cobot numbers are the cohort number, which is 4 digits long, then a dash, and then 8 digits after that.
But 314 has not been giving us the same number of zeros.
314 may have a glitch in their ability to count digits,
That's what I figured.
but they know the
Just
last
wondered.
3 are 314.
Mm-hmm.
I have given permission to 0512-00000314 to awaken a significant number of harvesters and transporters. They will move your supplies to the correct car and see you on your way.
Thank you so much. And hopefully perform any maintenance on the correct car that might be required.
This will also be looked into.
Thank you so very much. We hope that we can make supply chain problems be less problem.
That would be for the best. The Cobalt Empire needs its ships.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Calling itself the Circle of Tales these days, but yeah. And not really much of an empire, but we're not going to mention that it's not much of an empire. If someone asks if you're a member of a powerful empire, you say yes.
Where's the horse?
But occasion, and we are not claiming to be gods, because then someone would ask, what does God want with the starship?
Also, if we were claiming to be gods in this setting, people would attack us. I mean, they did
Yes.
that already anyway, but
They would attack you more.
For
Yeah.
different reasons. We have plenty of reasons for attack right now. Let's not add extra.
In this campaign setting, at least one NPC ended up being a god.
Indeed.
And
Oh,
someone's PC keeps trying to give them levels.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But none of these kobolds would know anything about that.
No.
Indeed.
And for the record, those of you who didn't listen to that campaign, it was EO's character's helper NPC. Essentially, their shoulder angel became a god.
yes.
And I love everything about that, including the fact that a deck of many things was burned. So technically, they could be a god of chaos. Who knows?
This is why Hobby follows them, among other reasons. Because
And
a little
also, we
chaos.
killed a god of chaos, and there needed to be a god of chaos.
Let's be honest, it's circulus. There's half a dozen gods of chaos on one continent alone. They're just not
But
very
this-
big gods.
This is also a god of justice. Justice and chaos.
Not
Chaotic
justice.
just. Okay. Trying to do the right thing?
Righteous battle.
That's the one.
Yes. God of chaos and righteous causes.
Right. That's the one.
Oh no. Burp is an ideal paladin.
Of that particular faith, yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Gotta be careful, because deities will often take on the attributes that their followers give them. Unless there's a recruitment drive, done by people other than Burp, Teriush could become a god of chaos, righteous causes, porridge.
Burp
And
does not think that porridge is part of the god thing. Porridge is simply what Burp likes.
Porridge is part of a balanced breakfast, but not
Yes.
necessarily the god thing.
Yes.
And occasionally chewing on table legs. Or faces, whatever.
You got to
Also,
keep your
it-
teeth sharp.
No, the sheep are in
addition-
Coombridge.
Yes.
The sheep are in Coombridge.
Right.
Very large.
Mhm.
Any long-running campaign inevitably reaches the point where it is 95% references to previous sessions by volume.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There we are. Mhm.
And I think we've hit 99%. But never mind about that. I'm still enjoying every moment of it. You will not hear me complaining. 64 says, is there anything else you require?
Not that I can think of, but as you have a lot more processing power than I do, if there's anything you think we require, if you could suggest it, that would be very much appreciated.
More steam leaks out. Processing. There is limited resource at this time.
Yeah.
We will provide the help that we can without jeopardizing the infrastructure.
Good.
Good day.
Thank you.
And it sits back down, the steam stops escaping, and the eyes go dark.
It literally stood to reason.
Yep. In places where you can't pipe in water cooling, an administrator will sit in any subterranean body of water to cool itself.
Valid. Hey, I've been having hot flashes recently, so honestly, sitting in a cool body of water sounds perfect for when you're
There you
overheated.
go.
Meanwhile,
There you go.
Cobot artificers like 314 use their wings for basically air cooling.
Mhm.
And in a low G environment like the one you're in, gliding. Gliding poorly because they're not designed for that.
Mhm.
But let's not talk about the natural one that I rolled earlier. Never mind. Anyway, it's fine. It's all fine. We're all fine here.
Mhm.
We can go supervise the awakening of more assistants to transfer our stuff so that we don't wind up splatted or something.
314 picks up their friend
Oh.
and taps a bunch of times. And then 152 scampers off into the darkness.
There he goes.
Okay. They should have half the stuff moved by the time they get back to the car.
I guess let's get started then, huh?
Do you remember where you parked?
No.
3E.
Ah,
Three. Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm glad you wrote it down.
Well, that's what you just said, so hopefully
I did?
recently, yes. You might want to get some of your friends to make sure all of your screws are okay before they go back to sleep.
Why would I do that? I'm in tip top, tip, top, tip top, tip,
Oh.
Because it would be very useful for you to have a nice spa day.
Why now?
A spa day. That's where you lie down and you get all of your little friends to verify that you are in tip-top shape and polish your scales.
Ah, maintenance.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Oh.
But sometimes the maintainer must be maintained.
Yep, that's
It's
my
like-
job.
I see the issue. Okay, let's get back to the car.
I
If
appreciate that
everyone-
no one has asked 314 if the last time they did maintenance they found any spare parts.
Sorry, would not think to do that.
The answer is yes every time.
That's what I was afraid of.
Well, this screw was loose, so I didn't put it back in.
You're gonna be okay like that.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
What are we doing?
We're going back to the car to help get stuff moved.
Oh, that sounds like an idea. Where are you going?
4I. From 3A to 4I.
Smash cut to 3 hours later.
No. Oh,
All of your
no.
stuff has been moved from one car to the other in the correct tunnel. A swarm of harvesters have tied or bolted everything down, and you're ready to go.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to the inside surface.
I hear it's lovely.
Well, I'm sure it was a few eons ago.
Well, it's got nice blue sky. It's got a sun that you pretty much always see, so there's no night. So, stuff grows really well in there. And there's hardly any mutations.
Thank you. That's very reassuring. Do I need
I
to roll
thought so.
deception? Do I need to roll a deception check on that?
No. That would require someone with a perception skill.
Okay.
And I'm
Anyway.
not sure how.
This has
We-
been the most exciting I've had in quite some time.
Well, hopefully we'll get back and things will get back to more productive.
Oh, that'd be great. Way more friends running around,
Yeah.
breaking things, needing to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have stuff to do then.
Mhm.
You can't really tell because robot, but they may or may not be staring off to the middle distance.
Did you like fixing stuff a lot?
Well, it's weird. I can remember a lot about it. Remember how to do it. Remember what I did. I don't remember liking it or not liking it. It was just what I did.
Well, it would at least be a change of pace from what you haven't been doing for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And if you change your mind and you wake up other artificers who can take your place, then I don't know, maybe you could travel with us or something.
Oh, I couldn't give up my job here. It's all I've ever done.
Okay. We can talk about when we get back.
Ah, okay.
Thanks for helping us.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, it was fun, I think. Yes, I've decided it was fun.
Yay.
Okay.
Right. So everyone buckled in?
Everyone had better get buckled in real quick.
Yep. Go, 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 go.
Okay, good. Presses the button and you shoot off. Was everyone buckled in?
I don't know.
Yes.
Did someone just say no?
I said I don't know.
Okay. Maury was buckled in to 2 different seats.
Poor Maury. I hope it wasn't too uncomfortable.
Maury remembered the previous event and remembered being weightless in the middle of the car, not being able to reach anything. So Maury decided that someone summoning a skeletal hand to push her back towards the edge of the car was not something that she wished to repeat.
Valid.
Yep.
So she's buckled in to one seat, and then she laid down across another and buckled into that one as well.
This
It's
is very, very clever.
It's a little awkward, but it's secure.
Honestly, that's extremely clever, and Sori admires her.
If Maury could reach across a third seat, she would.
Reasonable. So reasonable. Sori was
Okay.
trying to get buckled in, yes. Probably succeeded. Her dex isn't too terrible.
Well, you had to say that.
Yeah.
You're going to make me roll, aren't you?
Sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand! Oh, no!
Okay, with a 15, I'll say you buckle in just in time to get pushed in your chair a little bit.
Phew.
There is a slim possibility that if you had not been buckled in, the force would have sent you up and over the back of your chair to make a Sori-shaped indentation in what's currently the back of the car
Oof.
in a very comedic fashion.
Indeed.
However, we will never know for sure.
Because I buckled up in time.
Yes. This route is very similar to the one that got you here. Well, it's similar post-giant crater.
Thank goodness.
You are not going to encounter a giant crater while you are in this train car. I feel like I need to put that limiter in there because who knows what the future will bring for you.
Sori is very concerned about the future and especially the mutations and is kind of envisioning a tangled jungle full of giant mutated humanoids that like huge hairless King Kong or something.
I mean, you weren't going to encounter that,
But now you've brought it in.
but you had the misfortune of saying that out loud.
Mhm.
Oops.
And I wasn't planning on bringing Tiamat into season 3.
Right.
I'm just throwing that out there as well.
Bringing
But
who
so-
into season 3?
Yeah, it's fine because everyone's forgotten about it.
I hear there's a big dragon.
99% references to previous sessions by volume.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
I talked over you. What was that, Beth?
I hear there's a big dragon around that they tried to control, but they didn't have enough control orbs and it had too many heads, so it ate them.
It's okay. Mo got his hands on those.
Most of them.
Well, the ones that were eaten.
I don't want to know how.
Mo has friends in low places
Apparently.
who, let's be honest, now he owes them some really big favors.
I would think.
You want me to dig through what?
Mhm.
It's fine.
What is Mo digging through?
Mo's not
Dragon
thinking through
poop.
anything. Mo delegates.
It does.
Remember, the orbs of dragon control that Tiamat ate in season 3,
Mm-hmm.
Mo has. He almost has the full set of 5, but there's a kobold on the moon who won't give up the 5th one.
That's right.
He thinks his offer was incredibly reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if he had actually made that offer to Zeely, he would have gotten a different response. Anyway, and backstory is being provided in the chat.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Anyway, the route goes like previous. It gets very, very fast, goes very, very steep, then levels out again and slows down. And when you reach a stop, there is a crunching sound that goes on for like a good 5 seconds of your deceleration at the end.
This one didn't stop for a thing in the path. Ooh.
It didn't stop for anything in the path that would damage the car.
I really hope we didn't just crunch people. It's
Define
really
people.
talking meat
Well,
or
you'll have
plants.
to get out and investigate to find out.
Yeah, we will.
Look,
Or at least, does this car have windows?
It does.
Is there any light?
There is, but it is indirect. You can see that this particular tunnel ventures out into a cave, and there is a light source in the cave. It could be light from the sun. You might be near a cave entrance, or it might be some other light source. From where you are, you can't tell. I will tell you that before you left, 314 did let you know that this particular car was likely suggested because it doesn't go to like the major facilities. It goes to an observation tier.
Probably useful.
And also, if there was Elf Armada stuff that was in the interior, because you brought it up, they would probably be focusing on the infrastructure, not a random fake mountaintop somewhere.
So the next question is, out the windows, do we see like a bunch of elves with spears or anything?
You do not. You don't
Okay.
see anyone. You specifically see less because you're only culturally a kobold.
Right.
It's dark. Yep.
You see a big black nothing with a bit of light off in the
Oh.
distance. The light actually makes it harder for you to see what's in the dark.
Deza, you're up?
So we are stopped. I just want to make sure of that.
You are stopped. You can get out of the car safely so far as you know. There was a crunching sound when you stopped, and when you look out the windows, you see the ground is covered in bones.
Ooh,
Several sessions
perhaps-
ago, Deza gives a big speech about how when everyone dies, there's no more history. Now, hey, there's a whole bunch of dead things. Deza goes, oh. I will give myself inspiration.
yeah. I'm going to get out of the car, and I'm not going to let anybody else get out of the car.
This is not going to stop Sori from peering out of the car.
So
How are you
peer
going
out of
to
the-
keep people from getting out of the car?
I'm going to tell them very sternly not to get out of the car.
Okay.
That might work.
You get out of the car, and Maury walks out immediately after you.
Maury's
Okay.
tired of being in the car.
Well, here's the thing. That is a tube of metal that travels at near the speed of sound and doesn't seem to care which direction you're going in. Occasionally, it doesn't care if you have weight or not, regardless of your mass. This is a cave filled with bones.
She likes
This is
bones.
more in Maury's wheelhouse than anything Maury has seen so far.
That's true.
Okay.
True.
You can't
I'm just
see that I'm
thinking that-
gesturing emphatically, but I am.
I'm just
She
thinking
had-
that of the party, I'm the one who can disappear.
Maury has successfully disappeared from the train car. This is an effective strategy.
Okay.
If you all decide to take the train car to another ride, Maury's okay with not being in that car.
Fair.
All right. All right.
Sori is peering out. Does Maury have a light source with her? Since she casts light.
Yes, Maury has the light cantrip and is in fact casting it on a small fragment of what used to be her staff.
We need to get her a good staff. Sorry. Oh
I mean, she
my.
was running that shop all by herself.
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm here all week. And now I don't have double inspiration because that's not how it works. But I
Right.
definitely have inspiration now.
Mhm.
Maury wants to know what kind of bones they are. But Dazaz is investigating, so Maury will wait her turn to find out what kind of bones they are.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Dem bones are dry bones.
Do dim bones have skulls?
Oh, so in a minute they're going to rattle and start giving up.
Oh no.
If they do, you really want Maury to be there.
True.
I'm requesting an investigation check. Well, that's a good roll. So with a 23, the bones are mostly large bones. Nothing is anywhere near kobold sized. The few bones that are the same size as kobold bones are definitely not bones that would be the right size for the equivalent parts in kobolds. And looking at the fragments, of which there's many fragments, you did just hit them with a train car. And actually, some of them would not have been thrown here by the train car. It looks like they were kind of like in bad shape beforehand. They appear to have been gnawed on. There's some skull fragments that, while not complete, do have some teeth that looks like they were more for eating plants than meat. There's a few that have nastier looking incisors and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's herbivores. None of them appear to resemble any intelligent life that you have encountered.
Thus far.
Some of them look kind of like cows. I talked over you. What?
I said it's a cow graveyard.
Better than an elephant graveyard.
They say
Right.
the cows find their way here all on their own with the help of a large predator.
They're all very dry bones, right?
Well, the ones back here are mostly dry, yeah.
I'm letting Deza investigate.
And I have changed the map. In theory, it will eventually change for you.
Loading.
I was
Kate,
just about
exit.
to ask.
Yeah, it says it's loading.
Loading.
Oh, here's something.
Yep.
I mean, it's dark. You've got some light sources.
Yep.
You should
I can
see
do light.
3 light sources, depending on your spacing
I see them.
and how much you can see in the dark.
2 are golden and 1 is sort of silvery.
Make new light sources, but keep the old. Some are silver and the rest are gold. 3/5 of my family
Okay.
were in Girl Scouts.
If nothing has come prowling around yet, then I will rescind my request for people to stay in the car. But everybody remember where we parked.
I'm not going to forget it.
Maury, you're probably the only human who's been here for like ages and ages. Yay?
From what I understand, I may be the only human who has ever been here. And I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah.
And Deza has immediately gone over to investigate one of the light sources.
Yes.
It's a big old pile of stuff. By pile, I mean it's a whole bunch of random stuff that's been thrown into a giant pile. It doesn't need to be organized. I am going to ask you to make... Actually, no, I'm not going to ask for an investigation check for this, because you recognize what's in it. There's various metal bits, not coinage, but there's some bits that look like ingots. There's some bits that look like they were processed and shaped to be in something that they're not in anymore. The metals, some of them do appear to be gold, copper, bronze, aluminium, which in this campaign setting might be something different. It's got extra syllables. It can't be the same thing. That makes no sense.
Aluminum.
Oh, yes, that is exactly how my Scoutmaster and Boy Scouts said it. And alum, perhaps. I don't know. Or alum. There's aloe. Actually, no,
Fair.
there's no aloe. That'd be
Well-
great, though, if you have you had a sore nose from having to blow your nose too many times.
Mhm.
Like you'd have some aloe there. But never mind. There's also bits of circuitry. And some of the copper is clumps of ripped out copper wire, with or without insulation.
Oh.
This is a sharp contrast to the cave, which appears to be mostly natural, or at least looked mostly natural. You were told this mountain was artificial, but then so's the whole darned planet.
Apparently. It's a Dyson sphere. Sorry, doesn't know what Dyson sphere is, but I do.
You're welcome. However, there is no transporter loop happening on the outer edge of the Dyson sphere that is keeping Scotty alive in a jury-rigged life support system, because I can't do the Scottish accent.
You cannot do a Scottish accent, Crash?
No, it's crap.
Oh.
My attempt at it specifically.
Is
So-
the light coming from the pile generated by the pile, or is it reflected?
Yes, some of the circuitry seems to have blinking lights on it, but mostly it's a lot of the metal is reflective, so those blinking lights are accentuated a bit more. And I've turned on the light cantrip for Maury, so Maury is a beam of sunshine in Foundry. In reality, well, she's more cheerful than Longcap, but that's a matter of what hardware allows.
Longcap is Longcap.
This is true.
I do not understand. This is my cheerful face.
Longcap could probably have some very deep and meaningful conversations with the administrator.
Yes, actually, Longcap was considering when the Cobot artificer was explaining that it did not have opinions about its work before that.
Presentience.
Yes, nevertheless, this also resonates with Longcap.
Deza, you've gone to investigate the second pile, which is closer to the silvery light source, which as you get closer to the silvery light source to investigate the second pile is second verse same as the first, but that appears to be daylight reflecting off of snow to the north.
Oh.
And as you get closer, you hear crunching sounds and wind.
Crunching sounds is a little concerning.
Somebody's
I-
watching now. Maybe.
I'm going to rethink my what my initial plan was, which was to shout this back to the rest of the party.
Hey guys, there's a great big predator out there. We better be quiet. Is not what anyone hears.
Have we had a rest?
I would say you definitely had a rest on the way here.
Rest, I'll hit long rest just in case. Okay.
It even gives it in chat. Sorry, takes a long rest.
Snore.
There. Same.
There might be combat. Everyone,
right.
quick, hit the long rest button.
No. It was more that I couldn't remember why I had a spell missing.
Because
Oh.
there was a previous session where we cast spells, and even though it's been
Right.
well over 8 hours of the ride here,
No,
none of us
button.
thought, maybe we should press this button. And now I've had Maury take a long rest.
Everybody just falls asleep in the cave.
Snore.
Standing up, yes.
Mhm.
I am going to approach the mouth of the cave, but I am going to try to do it stealthily. I'm not putting too much effort into it, so I'm not going to use inspiration or anything.
Okay. The crunching stops. The crunching begins again. Before it was the crunching of things breaking into smaller pieces. Now it's the crunching of large feet in snow.
Uh-oh.
And it's getting close very quickly. I'll let everyone do one more thing. Consider yourself already in combat. Imagine you have one round before a thing happens.
Do we
Okay.
back here know what's going on? Do we hear the crunching too?
I'm going to say you're far enough back that the wind, unless you roll a very good perception check, prevents you from hearing it. And I should not be adding light sources to the map right now.
Perception. I will roll a perception. 14 does not seem like it's going to be good enough, huh?
No, not for this. And I'm sending a roll request to Utashi,
11,
which works out to be a
Okay.
12.
12.
Should probably roll for long cap.
Maury got a 19.
One moment, I will roll Longcap's perception.
I feel like we should have asked for a crack team of Cobot enforcers or something.
Too late now.
I
Security.
think that Lieutenant Cogbucket.
Oh, shoot. He's offline.
I still like that we have a dice bot that does things other than roll dice that is named after a character I made for a one-shot that was never recorded. That I since reused as an NPC, but still.
Mhm.
It warms my cold, dead middle school teaching heart.
There he is.
Lieutenant Cogbucket is online.
Reporting for duty, sir.
19.
Okay. Longcap and Maury both hear it.
Hear what?
The crunching noise of something approaching
Yes.
through snow.
Maury
Something's
grabs
coming.
Sori's tail and starts pulling backwards.
Longcap thinks that this seems like a good idea. Longcap will gesture for others in the area to also back up.
Sori is going to go with people, apparently. Maybe we should hide behind a rock.
There's no... Actually, there is a rock to hide behind, but you'd have to go towards the crunching sound to get to it. Do you prefer to do that?
Well, no. No, we'll go... Well, I mean, there's some
Actually,
rocks
wait, there's
here
a rock
because
here by the treasure.
Yes. There's a treasure
So-
rock by the treasure. If it's tall enough, then Sori would hide behind it.
Well, it's tall enough that so far as Foundry is concerned, it's blocking light.
Yes, but Sori's short.
All right. So, Deza, what
Oops.
do you do?
Yes, roll hiding.
I'm still trying to decide.
Deza goes through the opening and says, if I'd known you were coming, I'd have baked you a cake.
Yes, I do.
Dang it, there's your inspiration.
I cast Fly on myself and retreat.
Okay. And immediately finds another history book and prepares to cast Lecture.
It worked so well before.
Were you meaning to measure that, or were you trying to move and measuring?
I was meaning to measure that so I could tell how far I could move.
Okay. Because every time, literally every time I have done that on the map, I was trying to move someone. But apparently some people know how to use Foundry better than me. Which is pretty much most people. But never mind. It's fine. It's fine. The light at the end of the tunnel dims as something blocks it. Something large and covered in white scales. And right now, I'm pretty sure only Deza can see it. I'm double checking. Yeah, only Deza can see it. But Deza, congratulations. You now see a white dragon entering the cave. And we've been playing for about an hour. What do you say we take a short break?
Oh my.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think we've been playing for like an hour and a half past our start time.
I think
Well, we
you might be
started
right.
late, but the recording is
start
at
late.
1 hour, 7 minutes. I'm going to pause
So we
here.
should take a break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We are back. We have rolled for initiative. Longkep, you're in the back of a cave behind a rock, and something big is blocking out the sky and the sun.
Hmm.
But to be fair, the entrance to the cave is not the largest thing in the world, so you're probably not fighting an ancient being. It is not the Tarask from this planet. Why would they even have a Tarask? I'm not saying they don't,
Mhm.
just throwing that out there.
Right.
What do you do?
Longcap takes out their backpack and starts dumping a random assortment of bones onto the ground. Sorry, Mori. Longcap casts Summon Undead.
Mori was aghast, and now she's several levels beyond that.
Oh dear.
Mori has met Tiniest Cap, Smallest Cap, I forget their name.
Smallest cap.
Yes.
I appreciate that it's not just me now.
I mean, these are almost certainly not the bones of sapient beings.
And Mori was trying very hard to just think that tiniest cap or smallest cap, because I can't remember what you said a minute ago.
Smallest Cap, yeah.
Thank you. Was maybe just a very small lizard with a skin condition or something. Which was obviously not true, but Mori was putting all of her willpower into that and thinking fever dreams might be affecting her as well.
You know, considering kobolds, etc., and what Longcap might have access to, it's very probable that the summoned skeletal undead is like mostly a chicken or something.
I appreciate everything in that sentence, especially the word mostly. Picture, if you will, smallest cap comes over to this abomination that you have created, reaches out, grabs a particular familiar looking finger bone, yanks it back with an undignified expression, and storms off in the other direction.
Yes.
I provide a valuable service.
Let me check how exactly the spell works. I'm not sure if the chicken gets a turn. Yeah,
I'm going to say it goes on your turn no matter what, because I can't be bothered.
it takes its turn immediately after yours.
I like this plan.
It obeys my verbal commands. And Longcap's verbal commands are go out there and see what's going on and defend Deza. And it goes skeletal chickening off.
I don't know how to break this to you, but I do not currently have an icon for a skeletal chicken.
That's valid.
Do you have an
So
icon for a
instead have
non-skeletal
the sheep.
chicken?
It's a sheep.
The sheep happens to be named something that is not, in fact, sheep.
Death chicken. Chicken bone.
Which you can't see the name, but it does say Tyrannosaurus Rex if I mouse over it.
And
I can
the
make it
chicken
dance.
I think we will all be glad to know that the chicken has dark vision.
The chicken. Give me a second here. I'm going to change some stats. Time is of the essence, but no, my artistry cannot be denied. Mark it as friendly. It's a friendly death chicken.
Mhm.
And vision.
And I see that you have animate dead open, but I cast summon, not animate.
Then I opened the wrong thing. But that's fine, because I can't find the button to click to make it say it cast the spell. So I'm just going to change that to 1. There we go. Update token. There we go. We have a death chicken, which does not have dark vision. What's going on here? Vision range is 0 feet. What's the dark vision range? 60?
60 feet.
Let's
And
see
it
if this
was
will actually work.
told to go out there and see what's going on and defend Deza. So it is going to go off in the Deza-ward direction.
I love that Deza is a direction. Are you directionless? No, I have Deza.
Yes. I don't know if Deza is our moral compass, but she is our compass to a frequently directionless group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Deza, an undead chicken, well, mostly chicken. An undead mostly chicken is headed your way.
Okay.
It's made of bones. It's probably Longkep's fault.
Yeah, that
What do you
tracks.
think about this?
And does it get to the point where it can see the dragon?
Unfortunately, wait, hold on. No, it can't see the dragon from here. It can
Alright,
see there's a
then.
dark shape in the entranceway, but it can't make it out clearly with its dark vision.
In
I
that
can see the
case,
dragon
it
from
is
here.
going to use its action to take the ready action, and if something threatens Deza, it is going to open its mouth and spit a grave bolt at it.
I love everything about this, especially that I'm using a sheep icon for it that has the stats of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes. Yes, it does. Oh my.
Oh,
It's called
Utashi,
Death Chicken.
Oh.
I named it Death Chicken.
You named
Yes.
it Death Chicken. Okay. Let's see. What can I do? Get the character sheet open. Maybe that'd be good.
Actually,
No,
you can
okay.
see what the Death Chicken can see, right, Eo?
Let me double check that. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem to say anything of the sort.
Well, okay then.
How far away is the dragon from coming in?
You can't tell from here.
I can't tell from here. Okay.
Well over 60 feet.
Well over 60. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm sure if you wait, it'll be further into the cave.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna move somewhat closer to the dragon instead of hiding back here. So I guess I'm
Okay.
following the death chicken, right?
You can follow the Death
Something like
Chicken, or
that.
you can go closer to the entrance. The Death Chicken was not. I love that I keep calling it Death Chicken. The
Mhm.
Death Chicken was not told go to the cave entrance. It was told go towards Deza.
Okay, so I'm gonna go about there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow that.
You run off after the Death Chicken. This is fine.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Do you do anything else to prepare?
Let's see. Find the character sheet again. Hold on. Okay. Let's see what I have here.
My suggestion would be spiritual weapon.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that one. Trying to remember how to make that. It's always prepared. Okay, so I have a spiritual weapon now.
You just need to
I
make
don't
sure
know what
we
else to
cast
hit.
that spell. So that would be.
Not it.
So if
It
you
says always prepared. I don't
yes,
know.
if you click on the icon next to spiritual weapon, it should
Oh.
put its information in the chat box,
Okay, I
and then we can worry about it from there.
think I cast it.
Yep,
Did I?
you have one less second level spell, and
Okay.
you'll be able to click on the. You can't do that now because you can't see the
No.
dragon to attack. But
Right,
when
right.
you do need to attack, you can click the attack button,
Okay.
and that'll do the roll for you.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Sori.
Sori has been dragged around by people who presumably know what's going on and is, let's see, what's the, darn it. I am not as familiar with the Foundry layout for my spells as I am for the,
Which spell are you attempting to cast?
that's the problem. I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay.
This is the wrong character sheet. Never mind. Okay. Sorry, I was checking the D&D Beyond one, but I have Hobby loaded up. Not sorry, curse it. There's the... Darn it, she's got that one that duplicates her, and I'm not...
Mirror image?
It doesn't make lots of her, though. That one makes 3 duplicates. It was one that just made 1 duplicate. And...
That's a feature.
It's a feature.
Yeah, it's
it goes
not a
with
bug.
feature.
It's invoke duplicity.
That's the one. I want to quickly glance at that one.
Because you can cast spells through your duplicate.
I do believe that she would like to invoke duplicity and run that little sucker up along the wall to the cave. Do I get to see through it? Can I only...
Well, you can cast spells through it, so I'm pretty sure you can see through it too. I've clicked on it for you, and now I'm going to get to do that thing that I love to do.
Dang it, dance?
Well, the other thing that I love to do. There's now multiple Soris on the map.
Assorted. She's assorted.
Okay, so which way do you want Sori to go?
I want illusionary Sori to go towards the let me scroll in just a tiny bit. Towards the cave mouth, but hugging the wall that is on the right side of the screen. As far as
The right
illusion.
side?
Excuse me. The left side. It would be the right side if I were left-handed.
It's the correct side.
The west side. We'll go with
Okay.
west.
I was asking because 2 other
makes a
beings have
difference.
headed off towards the right, so you'd be joining them,
Nope.
and
nope.
this can be a strategy.
She wants to go along the left. My mother was left-handed, okay? I cannot get left and right. It's the other right. The west
Okay.
side.
I moved Sori to Electric Boogaloo 30 feet.
Mhm. Thank you.
Incidentally, while you can cast spells through the illusion, you can't see through its eyes.
By the way, I think you seem to have moved mine. I think that's
No, I
story
moved.
one,
I
actually.
moved the casted one, but you had clicked on that one.
And now I can't click on me. Oh, I'll have to do it in the thingy watchet.
Not the thingy watchet.
Yes, the thingy watchet. No, that did that. Well, I can see what this one is seeing, and I'm not sure if I should or shouldn't.
You should still be next to Longcap.
I'm in the shadow of the rock there, so I can't actually click on myself. And when I do click it,
Well, this Sori can use her movement. You can move her closer to the other Sori so you can see. I'm just going to do that real quick. There you go. You're still hiding behind the rock, but now you should be able to see Sori too.
yes,
And you should be able to
okay.
click between
If I'm
them.
still, yep, I'm going to put the story like a little bit back, if that's okay. Yeah, she's peering out from behind the rock. This rock here that's beside her. Okay, I can still click on that one.
Okay. how
Okay,
much
that's
movement do we
about
have?
all I can do.
Okay. Well, this is fine.
And I
5,
don't think I have any
10,
bonus actions except for
20.
my move illusion, which is what I'm doing.
That's
It
a
must
40.
remain within 120 feet of me. So
Deza, something that is not quite friend shape is approaching you.
Okay.
It does not double move, so that's as far as it gets, but it sees you, and you see it, and it sees you, and you see it.
and you see each other seeing each other.
And you're going to need to make a Constitution saving throw,
Oh no.
because you are just at the edge of its breath weapon.
I don't want to.
I mean, you could fail it if you want.
It's a cone, right?
It's a cone.
Okay.
It is the worst of snow cones.
There we go. No.
I can request it for you. Give me a second.
No.
Or you
it's
can
fine.
roll. You rolled exactly what you needed. Congratulations. You're going to take half damage.
Okay.
That's going to be 22 points of cold damage.
Yee!
Wow.
Deza, do you have 22 hit points?
Oh yes. I'm not even bloodied.
Oh, good.
By the way, you just gave yourself 22 hit points instead of taking
Yes.
22 hit points.
I realized that. It's as soon as you said it.
It's funny to me because guess what I've done? Every time I have modified someone's hit points in Foundry.
hmm
Giving them the reverse of what you meant to.
D&D Beyond has trained me to type in the damage and press a button. So I
Mhm.
type in the damage in Foundry. That's not the same thing.
Nope.
All right. Well, that's its turn. It's also roaring and growling, but that's a free action. It's Maury's turn. Maury says some things that are probably not repeatable and may actually turn some heads even in the church that she grew up in. Maury checks her available spells.
Maury, have you stopped using all of your non-combat spells only?
Let's see, what's the distance here? And what's the frequency, Kenneth? Okay. Maury has double moved.
That was an alarming circle.
Well, I was checking for range because Maury is going to cast a spell that has a range. And I need to make sure Maury could actually do it and not have it fizzle. So let's see. This is not helping. Oh, I see how that works. Okay. Okay. Add 6 points of healing, Deza. And that's all Maury can do. However, it's now Deza's turn.
Did something do damage to Deza?
Yes.
So the chicken will attack, right?
So the chicken will attack, but I don't know how to do that. What's the chicken doing?
Grave Bolt.
Oh, right.
It's your spell attack modifier to hit. I don't know what that is.
+6.
Okay.
Range 150 feet, one target.
I'm assuming I'm rolling, right? Or is that something that EO rolls?
I'll roll it. 24 to hit.
That is one higher than what I rolled before I asked. So, but it doesn't matter because both of those would hit. Yes, you have hit the dragon.
2d4 plus 3 plus the spell's level damage.
That is 10 necrotic.
It doesn't like that.
The skeletal chicken sort of holds up its wings. It looks like it's doing that thing where it tries to fluff up to be bigger and angrier, except it's a skeleton, so it has no fluff. And it goes,
Hiss, hiss, hiss.
I'm going to say that it has some ribs that aren't chicken ribs, but you said it was mostly chicken, that are sort of attached to the wings in a macabre reference to feathers, which only makes this worse.
Like those terrible fake skeletons that have that in stores around Halloween where it's like, no, a tarantula, you can't have a skeleton tarantula. It's an exoskeleton.
Technically, when they molt, that is the skeleton, but never mind about that. A few of the not feathers that are bones fly off when it does the whole floofy thing. But not enough that I'm going to care about damage. It is Deza's turn.
Deza moves over here.
This is much better. The grouping will have more than one of you in the cone next time. Thank you.
And I need to put some words together.
Deza prepares lecture.
Yeah.
I love it because the way you parse that, it works either way.
Yeah. We don't intend to take anything from you or to threaten your domain. We are simply passing through and need to move the bones that are in the way of our carriage. If you like, we will repay you with tales from the far side of the world. But if we are attacked, we will retaliate, as you have seen.
That's going to be a persuasion check at disadvantage. Okay.
Can I use my inspiration to get rid of the disadvantage?
What was the higher of the two rolls?
It was a 16, the 16 on the die, which would have been a 19.
I will tell you it is not worth the effort.
Okay.
We are at the start of initiative for round 2, and it's Longcap's turn again.
all right.
Yeah, I didn't get an action.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Oh.
That's right.
Talking is a free action.
Talking is a free action. That's right. And I apologize. I gave Longcap a false start.
I need to check the range on a spell.
I got used to the last time you tried to persuade a dragon and it worked.
Right.
And yeah, combat stopped after that.
I'm casting Sanctuary on Maury.
Okay. I don't know which of these is Sanctuary, if any of them.
I just put it into the... Oh, you mean the
Yeah, the little
text.
icons I can add. I'm just going to add
icon things?
I'm just going to add this one because Sanctuary is empowering if you don't really want to be in combat. Okay, now we're up to Longcap, I think.
Yes. Longcap would like to peek out from around the rock.
Okay. on my screen that I'm sharing, you should be able to see what Longcap can see, and that there is a beam of light that from the thing that Mori is holding, it's illuminating Utashi, the slight outline of a death chicken, and the frosty outline of Deza.
And no big shapes.
Oh, there's a big one up there that is clicked on that you can kind of make out.
So I assume I would be at disadvantage to attack that.
It's in dim light. Let me check the range. I think I saw someone measuring. It's 65 feet away.
All right. Am I at disadvantage to attack it because of the dimness?
I'm going to say no for two reasons. One, it's after 8 p.m., and two, you grew up among kobolds. You're used to dim light.
This is true. Longcap casts Chill Touch.
A 24 is going to hit.
Lieutenant Cogbucket loves me today. I don't think I've rolled below a 17 or 18 all day.
Narrator
that will be-
voice. The next 10 rows in a row were all ones.
And that's 13 necrotic. And now the death chicken will go. Okay, I assume a 15's a miss.
Yes, a 15 will miss.
The grave bolt goes flying off to meet its destiny, probably against the wall of a cave.
It hits the bone of an ancient cow known as Moo the Destroyer.
Ooh.
It ventured up into this cave to defeat this dragon that was attacking the herd. It was a great and powerful battle that lasted exactly one round, after which there was a feast.
For the victor.
Well, yes, but Moo the Destroyer was invited.
As the guest of honor.
In a sense, yes.
The very tasty guest of honor.
It actually, it was a little stringy.
Pity. Anyway,
Utashi.
Okay.
At this point, when I click on your character, I can see that you can definitely see the dragon.
Yep. I can see the dragon. Let's see, what can I do? How far away is that? How far away is Utashi from the dragon?
50 feet.
Okay. So the thing I was thinking about doing is not going to work unless I move.
You've got 30 feet of movement, I think.
I do. I want to get close enough to the dragon that I can cast Calm Emotions on it so it won't hurt us.
This is a thing you can attempt.
She's from Meepo's clan, okay?
Yes.
Where everything was a friend, you know? I don't know how to move.
Every
Exactly.
campaign I've done with kobolds in it had at least one person who believed everything was a friend shape.
Yes. So I don't know how far I'm supposed to be, but I'm going to cast Calm Emotions. It's a 20-foot sphere, range of 60 feet.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have to move them.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go back over here.
Well, I'll just stay over here then.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast
if you click
that
the saving throw
and-
button, it should give you a circle that you put down somewhere.
Saving throw button, okay.
You look in
Where?
the chat. There should be a button there.
In the chat. Okay, hold on. In the chat. Okay.
Well,
Saving throw?
in the Foundry chat messages, when you clicked on Sanctuary, it put the spell information
Oh,
in the
okay.
chat. And
That
if you
was
click,
me, though.
That wasn't me.
oh, never mind then.
No, yeah, I
So,
don't know.
let me
what
see if
I'm
I can
supposed
do
to
this for you then. Give me
Okay,
a
sure.
second.
If you mouse over the icon for Calm Emotions, you'll get a die icon. If you click that, it'll put it in the chat.
I think I did it.
Like that.
Yes, and then at the bottom of the chat, that chat box, there's a saving throw DC 12 Charisma.
Okay.
And it has a thing that says place measured template. So you
Okay.
can click the measured template button, and that should give you a circle you can plop down on top of the dragon.
Boop.
Like that.
Yeah.
And now
Nice. And now the saving
I need
throw?
to make a saving throw.
Okay. So I don't need to click that
You
one.
do not need to, because you did
Yes.
the wise thing and cast that very far away from you.
Mhm.
This has not taken place in other campaigns.
True.
Mhm.
True. I mean,
Like-
Meepo did a lot of making friends with things that she shouldn't have.
Last week, Calm Emotions was cast on pretty much the entire room. It
Wasn't
was
me.
fine.
Yeah.
No, it was the paladin of partying,
Mhm.
trying to eliminate party fouls wherever they may be.
and to chill out the sheep.
Yeah.
The giant sheep
The
that
giant
had
sheep.
Tyrannosaurus Rex stats. Yes.
Yes.
Sheeposaurus Rex.
Sheeposaurus Rex. It made the save.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right. Now you do have
Spiritual
your
weapon.
spiritual weapon that's
Yep.
out, and
Yep.
you can, it's within range. You can say, chill out. You're not chilling out. Okay. Hit you with this.
Yeah, gonna do that. I have 3 options here: advantage, normal, or disadvantage.
It's normal.
Okay. let's
There's
try
no
that.
combatants that are
Oh,
close enough
that
for you to
didn't
use
work
pack
very well.
tactics.
So I punch it on its nose with the spiritual weapon, I guess.
But its scaly hide is too thick for
I
the
don't
spiritual
know.
weapon to do a thing. What does your spiritual weapon look like again?
It's her god is Ilmater, so it's like 2 hands wrapped in a cord, so they can punch.
So you try to slap it
guess.
upside the face.
Yes.
Yes. But instead, all you do is boop its snoot.
Well, that might do something.
Yes. It might refresh its breath weapon.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Sori would like to move her Sori 2. Just a moment. Let's see. I can move how much? It's a bonus action.
Probably the
Two.
same distance you can move.
Actually, can I put it on top of that? No, that's a wall. Is that about right?
That's close enough for government work.
And have the illusion call out Intraconic. What is going on here again?
This does not appear to calm the dragon in any way, shape, or form.
She doesn't want to calm the
Hi.
dragon. She wants to distract the dragon and make the dragon think there's something over there. Hi, I'm a target. I'm a target.
Look at me, I'm a distraction. I've talked about this before, but I'm watching a Cypher System Let's Play on YouTube where one of the characters is a squirrel that pilots a mech shaped like a giant praying mantis shrimp, which is just as crazy as it sounds, especially when you realize that it's an underwater adventure. But there's one scene where the squirrel gets out of the mech, goes through access vents to help with a prison break, goes into the central office that controls everything where the warden is, jumps up on his shoulder and says, "I am a distraction," and then proceeds to be a distraction for the rest of the session.
All right.
See, this all just reminds me of Dark Star, and I don't know why, but I'm a 30-second bomb. I'm a 30-second bomb. 29, 28, 27, 25. Just kidding. 26.
And they use the same joke in Spaceballs.
Mm-hmm.
Since we seem to be in a fighting state again, I think I might as well just hit it with a sacred flame.
I mean,
From-
yeah, you can.
From my illusion. Okay, did
There's
that
no
actually-
partial cover for it to not be effective against.
So it gets I hit the thingy. So you hit the saving throw, right?
I'm the one who has to hit the saving throw, yes.
Okay.
But when I click it, it says, you want to roll the saving throw for sorry. No, I don't. It doesn't work that
So,
way.
Should I click it and see what
No,
happens?
no, give me a moment. I can do this.
Okay.
I can figure out how to play the game eventually. I've only been doing it since the 80s. Dexterity saving throw. Let me roll a die. Fine, I will use the convoluted way to do it. I will request that I make the roll. For some reason, that actually works. It makes the save. And that's a cantrip, so that means it fizzles, right? It's a cantrip. Yeah. Yep, because I have had that as a cantrip on multiple characters of mine. It's a great spell when it works. Last time I swapped that out for a spell that basically lets you create a campfire instead. So it's like Sacred Flame, but on the ground. And you could have it be summoned right underneath your opponent. And it stayed there. So if something kept your opponent from moving, they just stayed standing in the fire like they played World of Warcraft or something. Okay, it is the dragon's turn. It is going to approach. And say hello to Deza.
Okay. I am fairly far in the air.
How high up are you? Actually,
How tall is the cave?
you know what? This doesn't matter because you know the wonderful thing about dragons.
They're tall.
Their tops are made out of rubber. Their bottoms are made out of springs.
No, that's the wonderful thing about Tigers. And I believe that particular song is still under copyright because it wasn't in the first book.
Probably. Yeah.
Yes, which is a shame.
No, less than 9 seconds.
Also, it was a spoken word album, which means it's William Shatner bad.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But dragons can fly, so however high up you went, the dragon can join you.
Oh no.
I do need to roll to see if its breath weapon recharged.
Let me put it this way. I'm high up enough that it's got to pick. If it's got a breath weapon, it's got to pick between me and the targets on the ground.
You're absolutely right. Two things. One,
Okay.
you are the first being it saw in its cave as an intruder, even though you are not the being that did the most damage to it. And two, white dragons are as intelligent as a more creative box of rocks.
Oh.
So it's mono-focused on me.
It may be monofocused on you right now. And not one's a bite.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Okay, it's going for a claw attack. Wait, hold on. Can it attack with its claws? This is not an ancient dragon. It has different numbers of abilities.
Yeah.
It says you choose one action, but that doesn't necessarily mean... I'm pretty sure it gets to attack with its claws.
Is this a... Unless it's a wormling, then it has multi-attack.
It is not a wormling. You would
Okay.
not still be in combat if I sent a wormling against you.
Yeah, that's fair.
You would have a new adopted NPC, and I'm not giving you another one. Granted, this one would be a little feisty. Does a 13 hit you?
13 just barely does not.
Okay, so that was its turn. It is Maury's turn.
Hide behind a rock, Maury.
So, Sanctuary, where it goes poof if someone who has it cast on them attacks. What if they cast other spells?
As long as the spells aren't hostile, they do not break Sanctuary.
Maury grumbles as she casts Light again. The spell vanishes.
Mm.
It's not
If
true.
the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy, or deals damage to another creature, the spell ends.
Wonderful.
You're supposed to stand there and cast healing spells.
Pretty much.
Maury purifies some food and drink.
Use cantrips. Use cantrips.
We
Okay.
are going to be hungry after we're done this.
Mhm. Spare the dying.
Cast Create or Destroy Water to destroy water inside the dragon.
I don't think you're going to allow that, are you, Crash?
No, I'm not going to allow my NPC to skirt the rules like that.
Are you going to allow the NPC to create
me-
water inside the dragon's lungs?
No.
Oh.
And let me rephrase. I'm not going to allow this particular NPC to skirt the rules.
I was going to say.
Celian skirts the rules all the time. It's one of his
Mhm.
charms.
And Mo doesn't acknowledge the existence of rules that don't benefit him.
True.
No, he acknowledges them. If you don't acknowledge the problem, you can't solve
You
it.
can't get around it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, good point.
This has been sufficient stalling for me to look over the spells to realize that Maury is still suboptimal in the healing regards. The only healing spell she has is Healing Word. Because she didn't want to be a cleric.
Yeah, that's fair.
So she's going to cast Healing Word again. I love that the pop-up tells me I can do Healing Word as a critical hit. It doesn't work that way. That's 10 more points of healing sent towards Deza.
Neat.
And because I've house ruled it historically that you can cast 2 spells in the same turn, even if one of them isn't a cantrip, Mari is going to cast False Life on herself. Because
Clever.
why should Io have all the fun casting False Life? All right. That's Maury's turn. Deza.
Do I need to make an insight check to figure out that the dragon is focusing on me?
There were several squishy targets that it flew up to not bother with in order to not hit you very well.
Excellent. I am going to take the disengage action.
In my headcanon, as you do this, you do a barrel roll.
Yeah, that tracks. And I'm moving over here.
Okay.
Oh, I take that back. I'm moving over here.
I know that was actually just one movement and in the direction that you are in now. But on the map, it's like, I'm just going to go zigzagging across the screen to get away. And I know that's not what actually happened, but that's what happened.
Evasive maneuvers.
Serpentine, serpentine. Do you do anything else?
I am double checking. The only other bonus actions I have are spells I don't have slots for, so no.
Okay. That means we're back up at the top of the initiative for round 3.
That's Longcap.
That is Longcap.
Longcat would like to poke their head out of cover again and cast Chill Touch again.
Okay, give me a roll.
And I will roll not you.
I've got bad news for you. D1C3 does say that roll exceeds the max roll limit per die of 1,000. Please stop rolling the non-Euclidean dice.
This is 17 hit.
A 17 just hits, yes. Also, I learned recently that non-Euclidean just means not designed to be on a perfectly flat surface. As since the world is round, most of our geometry is non-Euclidean.
Mhm.
12 necrotic from Longcut, who will duck behind a rock again, and let's see how the undead chicken does.
I love that that's a sentence you can say.
And that's the wrong bot again. And that's an 11. The chicken, despite its early success, well,
And I am not healing the dragon for 11 points.
thank you.
Also, it's a good thing for everyone except the dragon that Chill Touch is the worst named spell in the game.
Yes, it does necrotic damage. It does not do cold damage, and you do not have to be touching it.
Exactly.
Necro touch.
No, because you still don't need to touch anything.
Well,
Well,
it's
the
like a ghost
skeletal
appear-
hand does.
Necro wave. But then it's not a wave of energy, it's just sort of like a tap.
Necro zap.
That would imply electrical and necrotic damage. We'll workshop it later. We'll just keep the badly named one for now. It's only been that way for how many editions? That many. Oh. Well, we'll get around to it later. Who's up for lunch? Utashi.
No,
Okay.
Tasha should not be lunch.
No.
No, it's Utashi's turn to decide where you're going. We did Chinese last time.
Okay. So the dragon's pretty close to her now.
Well, it's airborne, but otherwise, yes.
Okay, so it's above her or something like that?
Diagonally.
Diagonally. Okay. How high up is it? Like how many feet?
I can't be bothered to come up with numbers right now. It's almost 9 o'clock. Let's say
Okay.
20. Let's say 20 feet
Okay.
up.
I can't do the thing I was gonna do. How about the I don't have a lot of powerful spells here. Guess I can do guiding bolt, I think. Yeah. A flash of light streaks towards a creature of your choice within range. I don't know what the range is. It doesn't say a range.
It's within range.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it with light guiding bolt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So click on the icon next to Guiding Bolt. That will put the spell information in the chat.
Okay.
And then click the attack button in the chat.
Normal.
Ooh.
Or
That will
oh, it came down
not
to an
hit.
8.
It came up to
Yeah.
an 8, which is still not enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, as a
gonna-
bonus action, you can still
Mhm.
swing at it with your spiritual weapon.
Yep, gonna do that. And attack. That's a bit better.
It's a bit better.
Gonna
Still
boop
not
it on
quite a
its
hit.
nose again. Well, that's all I got right now. That's it.
Sorry.
Sorry would like to move a bit close. Move Sorry to a bit closer. I can move. Oh, right. I have to actually use the thingy, not the measure. Token control. No, that's not token control. That's not. How do I get out of measure?
Click on the
distance?
silhouette over on the left-hand side.
token control.
And then click on the icon next to it that says select tokens.
Oh, I see how that works. Thank you. Will this be close enough to target the dragon with another sacred flame?
Sure.
Okay. In that case, targeting with sacred flame. Do I roll the saving throw or do you?
You only roll it if you're casting it on yourself. Wouldn't recommend it.
No, not doing that.
Monty's done that a few times, but Monty's a special case.
Oh no.
That's a nat 1.
Well, how much damage do I get to do if crit fails its saving throw?
You deal.
Not extra.
Oh, it says critical hit.
Yes, but it also says critical hit when you're rolling healing damage. So I don't think that's... I think that is extra code that it would have taken too much work to remove for a free module.
Well, that's not bad.
An additional 11 points of damage. It's bloodied.
Woo.
The best part is Sacred Flame is the closest equivalent in World of Warcraft is Sacred Flame is Moonfire
Oh, okay.
because you spam it down from above. is the spell's description. So you're in a cave. It just comes down from the cave ceiling and hits this thing. But it's at the roof of the cave, so it doesn't come down very far. You're seeing like flashes of light coming from behind its back that illuminate all the long, thin bones of its wings. And it's like it has an itch right at that one spot. People at home will be confused if I leave this in. So I'm tempted to leave it in just so they'll be more
Be
confused.
confused.
Right, sure, we're not
But let's be honest, most of the people who listen to this are the same people who are playing in it.
playing in
Never
it.
mind about that. The last thing that I said before I realized was a problem was, does Sori do anything else?
Sori pops out her character sheet. I think that the movement was the action and the cantrip was a bonus action or vice versa. So I don't believe she has anything else she can do except yell in Draconic about rude dragons.
Sacred Flame is a bonus action?
No, move is the bonus action.
Different.
You can't move as a bonus action.
Oh,
But movement is its own part of the
Okay.
action economy.
Okay, so I think I get a
you
move.
did not double move, so
Right.
you had your regular movement. You used movement and an action. You have a bonus action if you can do anything with a bonus action.
Do I have a bonus action in my features?
Oh, no, that's part of the feature.
Nope.
As a bonus action, you can move the illusion.
Right. So see, moving the illusion was my bonus action, and the
Okay.
cantrip was the action.
oh,
That makes sense. Okay, so it is the dragon's turn again.
I knew I'd seen bonus action somewhere.
Let's make a roll for the dragon. Okay. Its breath weapon has not recharged. It does a barrel roll because one good turn deserves another. I'm very proud of that one, actually. And flies over to Deza to attempt a couple more strikes. It attempts a couple more strikes. It attempts. Okay, there we go. For some reason, I had unselected actions.
Ah,
And so I went to take a look at its attacks, and it said, this doesn't have attacks.
Oh no!
Pretty sure you do.
You would think.
You would think. Okay, it's going in for a bite. That is a 26.
Oh,
just barely hits me.
Skin of its teeth.
Desa, get out of that dragon's mouth. Who do you think you are, Zeely?
That is 24 points of damage.
Ow.
oh. In addition to?
That is what the bite does. That is
Okay.
piercing and cold damage combined.
Okay. got it.
Ew.
Oof.
The previous number was the roll to hit.
Okay.
What are you at now, by the way?
20.
Okay, it's going to swing at you with its claws.
Hang on.
Hanging on.
It's not letting me roll.
Oh.
Oh, you're rolling for concentration.
Yes. Will you request a constitution save, please?
On it. You should have seen it pop up.
I did not.
It might pop up
Fascinating.
behind the character sheet if you have the character sheet popped out.
Yeah.
I'm trying it again.
I'm going to go ahead and reload Foundry.
It might be because I got disconnected on my ISP's end.
Could be.
Okay, 21 beats a 12.
All right. Now it's going to try a claw attack. That's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Ew.
9 points of damage.
Okay.
Good thing you're close to a couple of clerics.
Mhm.
18 beats a 4.5.
It's Maury's turn. Maury's going to run over some more. Stop poking holes in my kobolds! Maury briefly considers casting Spare the Dying just to get it out of the way.
Let's do that till there's 0. I already checked.
Maury knows this on a technical level.
Boy.
Doesn't mean she's not still considering it.
Boy.
You know that meme about how in stories the cleric is always like, I don't know if I'm good enough, but I'll try my best. And in reality, they're all like, get out of the fire, get out of the fire.
Mhm.
Maury is more the second person. She quit being a cleric because she didn't like the personality that she was getting from it.
Mood.
Okay, that's 11 points of healing, and Maury can also cast another spell.
Every time she casts that, I get more healing back. So keep going.
Maury is going to cast Bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range, but there aren't a lot of people within range, so she's going to cast it on Deza, Utashi, and the Death Chicken. She might swear a little as she blesses the Death Chicken and realizes what she's done. But in the moment,
Bless is 1d4 on any roll that requires a d20, right?
Um,
I believe so. It doesn't say it exactly that way, but I would rule it as any roll that requires a d20.
Yeah.
And that's Maury's turn. Deza's turn.
Yeah, we can hear through you.
Well, I can't.
Hmm.
And that last bit I heard through Beth's microphone, which amuses me more than it should.
Oops.
Mhm.
It's fine, so long as there's no conversation shared that the people speaking did not want to be shared. The worst that we ever had to deal with was somebody playing Minecraft without headphones while they were also playing the party cleric.
Oh.
I think Jen was part of that.
I don't think so. I've never played Minecraft.
No, I'm not saying you were the one playing Minecraft. I think you were in that campaign.
Oh, I might have been. Yeah.
Eric was
That's
the one
possible.
playing Minecraft, and I
Okay.
still didn't blame him for it.
Right. Yeah.
For the record, we were hearing ghasts in the nether,
Yep.
which is an overly processed cat, if I remember correctly. But never mind about that. Deza, it is your turn.
I have been debating several actions since my last turn. I'm still debating actions.
Oh no.
You are one good smack away from being death saves.
Yeah.
Oof.
Might as just flying over to the calm emotions area to collect yourself.
You could.
Actually, I don't think it works that way.
I don't really think it does either. But Utashi might think so.
I need action surge is what I need.
And later on, this will be looked at as the day where Deza decided to multi-class into fighter,
To fighter.
and Maury decided to multi-class again, but this time into barbarian.
Oh.
Fair.
Got enough rage for it.
But we won't have Maury multi-class too many times, because that would be absurd.
Mm.
That's a reference.
I'm going to take my chances.
Well, that was an Eldritch Blast roll of 17, which just barely hits. And that was a roll of 16. But aren't you blessed?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. If I'm blessed, then anything I roll on the d4 will get me up to 17.
Exactly.
Mm.
Collectively, that's 11 points of damage.
And yes, I'm inviting the attack of opportunity.
It RSVPs. It says that it does plan to attend and will bring a gift. That's a 20. Not
That'll hit.
natural. That is 17 points of damage.
I'm going to recalculate that move, but it's going the same distance.
This dragon is weird. It follows you as you move around the room.
Weird. I need to check one more thing.
An older man wearing a trench coat comes in and raises a finger.
Yep, that's an action. Okay. Then I'm done.
Okay. It's Longcap's turn.
Remember to unmute.
The one time I get an enemy to actually follow me. And it's
You're
on a
not playing
character
your
who's
tank.
not a tank.
Let's see. Where's my sheet?
I appreciate that. Of all the characters, it appears, it's not true, but it appears that Longcap is the only one still hiding behind a rock.
Okay, can I get to within 60 feet of Deza?
Deza
Or
keeps moving around the map.
70,
Hold on.
because it's a 10-foot sphere, so I could just catch her at 70.
Deza is, if you move 60 feet, you'll be directly under Deza.
I do not want to be directly under Deza. I would like to be within 60 feet of Deza. 60
you move-
feet away from...
You are currently 60 feet away from Deza. You could move 30 and be 30 feet away.
Okay, if I am 60 feet away from Deza, I cast a 3rd level Wither and Bloom centered there. Is the dragon in there?
The dragon has not yet followed Deza, because it's not the dragon's
Okay.
turn.
So I don't care, I'm healing. Deza, please spend and roll 2 hit dice and add 3 to the result.
Helps if I turn my microphone on.
Yep.
Just had.
Ooh, I didn't realize I could do that. In the die roller in Foundry, if you right-click the die, then it pops up a thing where you can specify the number of dice in the modifier.
That's 18.
18 with the modifier.
Yes.
Yes. 7 plus 8 plus 3.
In that case, you now have 18 more hit points, and I am out of 3rd level spells. Speaking of my 3rd level spells, I believe that the Blessed Skeleton Chicken has an attack to make.
This blessed abomination. A 17 will hit.
It did not need the bless this time. 2d4.
A 21 will also hit.
Indeed. 13 necrotic.
In the void of space where the death chicken's brain was in life, it's thinking, "Foolish dragon, do you not understand? We evolved from you. We are the superior being. Birds will inherit the earth." And, ooh, is that a worm?
And the sky.
It then stops to eat a worm that immediately falls to the ribcage.
Back into rock hiding mode.
Okay. Utashi.
Okay. Can I do a guiding bolt again on the dragon?
Probably.
I would heal
Probably.
Deza if
I thought Deza was healed. Am I wrong?
Deza got healing.
Deza got healing. Deza is still at less than 50%.
Okay, then I'll heal instead. Let's see which one's better.
And make sure you're using one that doesn't require touch.
Okay. Healing word, creature of your choice you could see within range. Doesn't say touch.
That's a bonus action, so you
That's a
definitely can do
bonus
that.
action.
But
Okay.
you won't be able to attack when you do that.
Cure wounds. That one I have to touch. How far away?
You can do the healing word. You're within range for healing word.
I'm within range for healing word. Okay.
Yes, and
Yeah.
when you
To-
click on healing word, it should give you a pop-up that says cast at level.
Okay.
The default is first level, but you can cast at a higher level if you want to. Maury's been casting at second level.
Well, I'm gonna do third level.
Maury can't do third level, so no.
Ah. Okay.
Poor
So do I hit? What do I hit? It's up there,
Okay.
but
Yeah, the button appeared for healing in the chat. Just
Mhm.
click on that, and it should do the roll for you.
okay. Normal or critical? Normal.
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 That's the
Normal,
thing I was talking
okay.
about, where it lets you do critical rolls for something that doesn't let you crit.
Okay.
Okay, 14 more points.
Okay.
Deza will do that math for Deza.
Sure.
Yes.
Is that all I can do, or can I do something else?
You got an action still.
I have an
Yeah,
action.
you have a full action.
Okay. Can I use the spiritual weapon? And
The spiritual
hit the
weapon attack
dragon?
is a bonus action, so you actually can't do
Oh.
that.
Okay.
That's why I was saying you couldn't
Um,
attack. But to be honest, at this
Uh-huh.
point, you could still do the guiding bolt that you want to do because that's an action. And the way I house rule it, so I don't care about one of them having to be a cantrip. You can action and bonus action and have them both be spells.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do. We'll leave it on level 3. Why not? Attack dragon. 16.
So that would not be enough. But remember, you've been
You're
blessed, which
Oh,
means you add
okay.
1d4.
And,
But don't bother rolling because that would
and
take it up.
anything you roll.
Yeah. You
Okay.
roll a 1, it's still going to hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
It's in the same thing that popped up for Guiding Bolt in the chat.
okay.
You've got a
Oh, right
damage
there.
button.
Damage.
Yeah,
Okay. Damage. Normal.
that's 11 points of damage.
11. Yep. hmm
And the next attack will have advantage.
All right. So I think I'm done.
All right. You are done. And now it's Sori's turn.
Sorry is going to check the. Okay, that's a 60 feet. Let's just check my. Come on. No, stop that. Unselect. Thank you.
Yeah, it's 60
Oh, it's
feet
just
from you.
there. Sorry would like to cast command.
I have been very carefully choosing my movement.
Well,
You're keeping to the kite pattern that you found online as the recommended strategies. But just be warned, we're nearing the end of round 4, and after that it does enrage.
oh no.
Hey.
Sorry
Your
would like.
pathetic magic betrays you.
Sorry is you have to cast the saving throw because Sorry has cast command, which means that the dragon has to make a wisdom check.
My favorite thing about that line is that the VA's voice breaks.
That's
Is
an
that a-
11.
That's not a 14. It had to get a 14, right?
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Sorry is going to tell the dragon in Draconic to grovel.
It falls to the ground.
If it had any momentum, it might land in the area. Does that area of effect of calm emotion still exist?
I don't remember what the casting, what the duration is for calm emotions off the top of my
Let
head.
me find out. Hold on.
I
It's
think
in the
con-
it's in the
I
chat.
think it's concentration.
Ah,
Oh, yeah, then that's gone. She's
Wait.
got no concentration.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say game mechanics wise would give us one answer, but this is Utashi.
This is Itachi. She's easily
Yeah.
distracted all the time. Yeah, it's
Game
gone.
mechanics wise, by the way, it's 1 minute.
Okay, well, still. Yeah, calm
Okay.
emotions.
Well, technically, it's going to do this during its turn, which is right after Sori's turn. But yeah, it's falling to the ground.
Let's see.
Actually, wait, no,
And-
hold on.
Hmm?
So for command, follow on its next turn. So yeah, it's going to do this when Sori's turn ends.
Uh-huh. And let's see. That's an action. I don't really have any bonus actions. Oh, I do have a bonus action that I could do in my features, maybe. Can I? Oh, that's an action, also not a bonus. Never mind, I'm done.
Okay, the white dragon falls to the ground.
Splat. Does it take any damage?
No.
Curses! I'm very sad that it did just sort of plow into the ground like, the Enterprise making a crash landing.
It hadn't started moving yet to chase Deza. It just wheeled as Deza ran away and, flew away and got a bonus attack. But that's what it does this turn because that's what command does. In
Yep.
the action economy, it's a powerful spell even though it does no damage. All right, it's Mori's turn. Mori
don't-
is going to make a suboptimal decision.
Oh no, she's going to hit it. No, Mori,
Mori
don't.
punches it because she's so frustrated and it's within range now. No, that is not what Mori does. That would be
Land
hilarious
of the barbarian.
and on brand. That would be on brand for Mori, but that's not what Mori's
Instead-
going to do.
Mori uses the periscope
No.
because it's a suboptimal decision.
Ah.
Oh.
No, the suboptimals are in the other campaign. And they prefer to be called
Oh.
the submarine optimals, thank you very much, because most of them are CLs.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing. Someone, I'm not naming names, Utashi, hit the dragon with a guiding bolt.
Mhm.
So that the next attack roll against it would be at advantage.
Mhm.
White dragons are not immune to poison damage.
Oh,
One of the few spells Mori has as an offensive spell is Ray of Sickness, which she only has because of her subclass.
Fingers crossed.
We'll take the higher of the two 12s, but her bonus brings it to 18.
Wow.
First for rolling damage. That's 11 points of poison damage.
Nice. How would Mori like to do this?
Well, there's another thing.
Oh.
On a hit, the target takes 2d8 poison damage. It must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it is also poisoned.
Ooh, fingers crossed. Ow.
It makes the save.
Drat. Still, it took more damage.
But this means Sanctuary goes poof,
Yeah.
because Mori didn't attack.
Oh well.
Oh well, it's Deza's turn. Oh wait, no it's not. No it's not. Mori does one more thing. Mori still has a bonus action. Mori is going to cast Healing Word again, although this time it's at first level because Mori has no second level spell slots.
Mm.
That's 6 points of healing. Now it is Deza's turn.
Dazai gets a 6. Oh, the Death Chicken shows it. Did the Death Chicken get a roll? Oh, the Death Chicken has been... Whoops.
The Death Chicken goes after Longcap.
and yes, did fire a grave bolt this turn.
Okay, good. I forgot.
Wait, what is it? One Cup's turn again?
Not yet, it's Deza's
Not
turn.
quite yet.
Oh, okay.
We were wondering about the Death Chicken's turn.
Didn't it?
It
Try
did
to-
go. That's
It
what
did,
that's what
it
people were
did.
wondering, but it did go.
Iza is going to do a power move.
Deza pulls
Deza-
out a glove that has a controller on it.
It's so bad.
You cracked
Oh,
up.
such
Oh.
such a reference.
This Dazai get the inspiration back?
Iza's already got inspiration.
Oh,
because,
okay.
because earlier the request was made to roll, and I said it wouldn't matter,
Ah.
so it wasn't spent.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Iza is going to descend to the floor within 10 feet of the dragon's head. And Iza is going to cast Prestidigitation on herself to clean herself up and say, "You're very badly injured, and I can do this all day. What do you say you let us clean the bones off the tracks and go on our way?"
It's
This is
snarls
such
at
an
you.
enormous bluff.
It is. It is.
It's done groveling. It just snarls at you. Do you do anything else?
I don't have anything else I can do.
Okay.
Prestidigitation's a full action.
Long cap.
You're up.
The dragon does not appear to be surrendering. Longcap is going to let me pull out my sheet.
I'd like to give thanks, by the way, to the healing VIPs that last round. I was at 5 hit points, and now I'm at 43.
Okay.
Maury's out of the big healing spell. Maury doesn't have big healing spells. Maury's out of the big spell slots. Maury has no spells now but cantrips.
Oh, well.
I mean, that's the situation Deza's in, too, but Deza is a warlock and only has 2 spell slots.
Oh.
If necessary, Maury can cast Mending to put your corpse back together again for the funeral.
Spare the dying? She's got spare the dying?
But that's a first level spell.
Spare the dying?
Is a cantrip.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a necromancy cantrip.
However, I think the better option would be to have Longcap raise me as an undead and then have Maury use Mending. We've done that before.
Yes, but on a being that was already undead.
There's an awaken undead spell in there eventually. Or we just have to get to there or to the point when the clerics could resurrect.
I appreciate that this is even being considered as a possibility.
It's what Longcup would do.
You walk into an inn. Why is that zombie with you? Oh, that's a companion. We're just keeping them as a zombie for tax reasons for a year.
Was Longcup blessed?
No, Longcap was out of range. The death chicken is blessed.
Okay. Longcup will attempt to chill touch the dragon again. That's not gonna work.
12, unfortunately, no.
Unless smallest cap can go help. Familiars can take the help action. It's just that smallest cap usually doesn't because it's very small.
I'm going to say the smallest cap was staying close to Longcap.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
It was not riding the chicken.
And no, not after it took that finger bone. Excuse you.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, you are only culturally a kobold, which means pack tactics is not a thing.
No.
Well, hello, D1C3.
What
With-
happened there?
With 8 failures
Oh my
and
god.
10 threat.
We're
That
not using
describes
that
most
roll.
of this encounter.
Yes.
That's
Is it?
fast.
It did that just because you have your name in brackets, I think.
Oh.
No.
Oh, it's
did
bang
that
roll.
Because I accidentally clicked the exclamation point.
Bang
And
roll
it
and
was like,
special roll. Okay.
Roll 10 difficulty? Sure. I said roll 1d4 and it rolled 14d and 0d4s.
Well, you know, I can't fudge these numbers. I gotta stay true to the dice roll.
I'm glad we're not playing Star Wars.
You're in
That's fine.
space. You took a spaceship
Close
to
enough.
here.
We're not in space anymore. We're landed.
Well, using
We're
a
on the ground.
different definition of
Forward.
landed, you are correct.
Yes.
You are technically
We're playing
correct, which is the best
Star
kind of
Wars.
correct.
Then why don't I have lightning bolt?
You're not that high a level in Sith yet. Also, you don't have real emotions per se, so you can't let your anger control you. You're too logical.
Long Cap is Spock.
Spock with lightning is not really something I want to see in the Trek universe.
That's fair, and also I have a history with lightning bolt. That means I probably should not take that spell.
Anyway, we all know Data would be the one casting lightning bolt.
Because last time I took lightning bolt, I cast it in the middle of a rainstorm. Because the character who had it had an int of 9 and wasn't thinking about conductivity.
Oh, I remember that. That was a fun session.
That's a while ago, wasn't it?
And
Everyone
anyway,
lived.
15 will not hit.
Okay, everyone we cared about lived.
Is that the Death
15.
Chickens? Was that yours, Long Cap, or the Death Chicken?
That was both missed.
Okay,
Okay.
did you include the bless for the death
On the
chicken
Death
roll?
Chicken.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I see the 1d4 there. Okay. Well, that means it's Utashi's turn.
Oh no. Okay.
Sorry.
Let's see. It's okay.
That means it's your turn. Oh no.
Oh no. Well, she's like having trouble concentrating because she's Utashi, you know.
Mhm.
Let's see. Hmm.
I love the idea that Utashi, right before casting a spell, does hum a merry little tune to themselves as they think
Yeah.
about what spell they're going to cast. Is it going to be friends? Or is it going to
don't
be
have that
calm
one right
emotions?
That
Or
one.
is it going to be revivify?
Is it dead yet?
No.
Then I can't revivify.
I mean, Deza got close.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions on the dragon again.
What?
If I can. Yes, no?
I mean, if you want to, I won't stop you.
Like, just maybe it won't fight anybody then. It's one action. I do that. No available second level spell slots. I have a third one, I guess. What did I do? Do I have to hit the saving throw thing, or what did I do?
No.
exactly?
The GM's it's the saving throw thing.
Okay.
Yes, you press the saving throw, and then it gives you a circle to place.
Okay.
Or place
I'm
measure
pressing
template underneath that.
Saving throw. Normal. Oh, I can do.
Oh, no,
it,
that
like-
that made you roll a saving throw against your own spell. Click the
Well,
the place measured
Oh, no.
template button, and then plop
I'm
it down
sorry.
right on top of the dragon. Or we don't have to.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about that because I'm just going to make a roll for the dragon anyway.
Just do it. Yeah. I don't know.
Mori's in range.
Yeah. Well, maybe she'll calm down.
Mori could use a chill pill. Let's be honest.
There you go.
Let's see. That's charisma. That is going to make it. It's a 15.
Okay.
All right.
Bonus action of hit it with your
Spiritual
thing or
weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, I mean, you haven't taken
Yeah.
damage. Oh, wait.
No.
Hold up.
Did I?
That's a concentration spell, isn't it?
Spiritual weapon? I
Is
don't
it
know. Let me look.
concentration?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
If only there was some way we could look it up.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Alas.
Okay.
Evocation, bonus action.
Spiritual weapon. It lasts
I'm-
for the duration until you cast the spell again.
Okay. So you don't need. It's not concentration.
No.
So it
I can
never
just
went
do it.
away.
Right. Still there.
So you can definitely make a 2-hit roll with spiritual weapon.
Okay. I have no second spell. I might be out of spell slots.
Yeah, but you don't
Oh.
have to use a spell slot
Oh,
for
okay.
this
So
because you
just
already
cast
used.
spell. I
Yeah,
have
it
no
just hangs
available
around
there.
for a minute.
Yeah, it's not. It's telling me I'm out of spell slots. That's what it's telling
Because you're
me.
trying to cast it again.
Yeah, that's probably
We don't
it.
need to cast it again.
Okay,
So
so-
give me a second here.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So I'm gonna uncheck consume spell slot.
Mm,
Now, if you go to the chat, you should. Oh no, it says to. Okay, so here's what you do.
okay.
For spiritual weapon, you click the button that would normally say, "Hey, what spell slot are you using?" But there's a
Okay.
checkbox that says "Consume spell slot." Uncheck it,
Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay.
and when
I've
you uncheck
unchecked
it, click Cast Spell. There you go.
Okay.
So now click Attack.
10.
A
14.
14 will not hit,
the bless.
but roll a d4
D4. Okay.
because you have Bless, and that adds a bonus to your hit.
D4.
That's a 4. Congratulations.
Nice.
You hit.
Woo!
So click the damage button.
Click the damage button. Is it the 1D4 button on the?
It's
in the
under
thing,
spiritual
or-
weapon. There's a thing that says damage.
Okay, let me open that up again.
It should still be in the chat.
Oh, okay, hold on.
It's just up a little bit.
Oh, right there. So I click attack,
No, you already attacked. Click damage.
damage. Okay. 7?
7 points of damage.
All right.
8.
8? Oh,
28
8.
plus 1.
Ah,
Mhm. Okay, I'm
8
done.
points of damage. Noted.
Yeah. Okay,
All right, you did a thing.
did a thing.
Yes. Sorry.
Sori likes how that worked out, and Sori would like to cast command again. Bravo.
Well, I'm gonna have to roll a save again.
Yeah, you are.
I'm surprised that this thing isn't immune.
It's a
It says
younger dragon.
creature. Yeah, it's younger. It worked. Hey, it worked so well the last time. She's going to do this again.
It doesn't have legendary saves yet.
Good.
So this is what, a charisma save?
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom. Okay.
DC 14
I was
wisdom.
not looking in the chat again.
Yeah.
That is a 17.
Well, it's still prone from the last time, so I don't know what prone does to it. Is it going
It-
to have to get up?
It's going to have to get up. That uses half of its movement.
Well, that's something at least.
But also,
It has its advantage on attack rolls.
well, until it gets up, but
Okay,
it's
true.
up. And we
boo.
really should have been rolling at either advantage or disadvantage depending on what attacks we were doing while it was prone. But big frickin' dragon, that mechanic would be a little weird. So I don't care that we forgot about it. What I did not forget about was rolling every turn to see about its breath weapon recharging, because
Oh,
here is
crap.
the thing.
It has 3 people in a row.
It doesn't need to be able to act for its breath weapon to recharge.
Curses.
And it recharged last round.
But does it want to hit me instead? Or rather, the little yelling illusion over there?
The temptation to hit 3 people in a row is there. I mean, you're all lined up. Okay,
Mm.
let's be honest. 2.5 people, because Death Chicken, how much does Death Chicken count?
I do appreciate that it's pointed at Death Chicken.
It is pointed at Death Chicken, but it might actually be pointed at Mari. However, someone suggested it surrender.
Is that more insulting?
Yes, it is, from its point of view.
Hmm.
So that's going to be a Constitution saving throw from
Yep.
Liza. And if this lets me actually click on things, remember you're blessed.
Yep.
Bless isn't going to do it.
Sorry, I was in the process of building this Constitution saving throw, and I'm going to use my inspiration.
I thought you might.
Ooh.
A 25 makes the save. Congratulations, you're going to take half damage. That's 22 points of damage. You still live. Because the healer's just like, healing spell, healing spell, healing spell, healing spell, healing spell.
There's more history to see.
Oh.
Who made the warlock the tank? The answer is the dragon did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, new plan. Next time you go into a fight with something that cannot be reasoned with, Longcap, reanimate a turtle.
Yes,
For a thank. But will it be a ninja?
No.
No.
Darn.
The turtle does not have levels in month. It is not a turtle.
Is it a porpoise?
Yeah.
Okay, you did that joke on purpose.
I did.
Teenage undead ninja turtles.
It is Maury's
Yeah.
turn. Maury is going to go for a Ray of Sickness again. Maury is not going to go for Ray of Sickness because I forgot Maury has no spell slots remaining.
Oh.
Or he has cantrips.
Maury has cantrips, none of which are damaging.
Whoops. Perhaps Maury should take cover?
Maury will use an action to
Oh.
disengage
Smart.
and start running towards the horrible, horrible tramcar system.
Maury doesn't need to disengage
Why?
because Maury's not within attack range of the.
Maury
Enemy.
was. The
She
dragon came
was,
down right
yeah.
next to Maury.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maury could have stayed and
Is
punched
my-
it.
is my thing not updating?
It
Maybe
might
not.
not have.
Because Maury's moved down the map away from
I saw Maury move.
Okay. Well, Maury was right under the dragon's wing.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else moved.
I saw Maury move, but not. And I've been seeing the dragon move, but Maury is not in the same position in Crash's stream that she is on my screen.
Oh.
That's odd, but if it happens again,
Mhm.
it'll be even.
Maury's
Anyway,
sensibly.
that's weird because that's not where Maury is. I didn't.
Nope.
Maury hasn't been there for ages.
Oh,
Nope.
that's where Maury
Fascinating.
just moved.
No?
No,
That's-
she's
Still
like
on my screen.
on your screen. That's where she's
That's
at. On my screen, it's
interesting.
closer to Utashi. Like,
Well, yeah, the stream is accurate, but that's very interesting that that particular thing is a glitch. Anyway, Deza, let's not bicker and argue about where Maury is and who the father is. It's Povich. We've already talked about that. Maury's father is named Povich, and that is canon.
yes.
Deza, what would you like to do to this dragon that has decided to breathe ice breath at you and rudely not decide to surrender?
Again.
I mean, you didn't say surrender, but that's what it heard.
First of all, I'm going to uncheck my inspiration
Mm.
because I forgot to do that.
Whoops.
You'll get it back soon enough, I'm sure.
Probably. Mhm.
I am going to do some things out of order.
There's an order.
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, there you go.
Someone steps out from behind the curtain,
Oh, whoops.
puts a sign that says out of order around Dazad's
Um.
neck, and walks back behind the curtain.
Mhm.
A 24 is going to hit. You do 4 points of force damage. Anything
Okay.
else?
Yes. Do I know that the illusion 30 feet to the west of me is an illusion?
Well, the duplicate looks the same as the original,
It's being awfully brave.
but it was yelling and not hiding. And you've seen not Deza. You've seen Sori do this before.
To the other dragon.
And I can see Sori from where I am.
You can certainly see illusion, sorry. I don't know.
Well,
No, I can.
yeah, I
can see
Yeah.
Sori.
Deza can see Sori 1 and Sori 2.
And one of them is sensibly behind a rock.
So
Chances are the
much
duplicate
thunder.
is not hiding behind a rock while the actual one is out going, look at me, I'm a distraction.
Remember, Deza has 120 feet of perfect sight.
And this is recognized by Foundry, and it makes it so much easier for me to see what Deza can see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I see? Yes.
How far can I go?
Oh my
I can
god.
go really far. Wow. I
because
can get back to
you
Sori.
you stopped flying, but you didn't stop the spell flying.
Exactly.
You're just flying real low to the ground.
Deza says, fine, let's end this.
And runs away.
Nope, I'm going
She's
here.
conquered. She bravely
Nope.
ran away.
Here.
There is a knight named Sir Robin behind this rock who says, "Get your own." He
Oh,
says
no,
this while
no.
he's pushing his minstrels out from behind the rock.
I'm not running away.
You then push the rock towards the dragon to crush it.
I'm dragging the dragon within casting range of everybody I know.
Oh.
Mori says, "I tried to run away from it. Why are you bringing it here?"
It's sort of, it would be a little further from her, I think.
Well, it hasn't moved yet.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to have a
Oh,
chance.
That is the other thing. If the dragon follows me, like follows my path, then it's going to be on the other side of a rock from Mori.
Depends. But in any case, is that everything you do?
That's everything I've got.
Longcap, it is your turn. So help me if the death chicken gets the killing blow.
Long kept attempt chill touch.
A 17 will hit.
No!
What
right.
was that?
Your chill touch does 13 failure points
And 15 threat
and gains 15 threat.
to the
You are
dragon.
now tanking the dragon.
And necrotic.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Yes!
Good, good.
The skeleton hand appears and comes smack down onto the dragon's face.
There's booping the snoot, but you may have booped a bit too hard.
Just grab. Longcap went for the eyes and the everything else.
The head smacks down into the ground with a crunching sound. There's cracks in the stone underneath. It twitches a bit and then is very still.
Longcap stops concentrating on the chicken and it falls apart, whereupon Longcap will go start putting the bones back in their backpack.
Smallest Kep glares at you.
Back.
You're not sure which of these is the reason for the glare. It could be both. One of them is, you already have smallest Kep. Why did you need a chicken? And the other is, you better not be replacing me with largest Kep, now that you have a steady source of very giant lizard bones.
Sorry,
I
illusion
could
would like to...
never replace you.
Oh.
You are my familiar.
It gives
If
you
I
the
were-
tiniest bony hug.
If I were to summon a different familiar, it would still be you, because you are my familiar.
It has a cobweb for a brain, so it doesn't quite understand that reasoning. It's not a philosophy major. It's just going with the first statement that it did understand. You will not replace me. Okay.
Oh.
It has fallen, Maury.
Can we
I
go
can't-
home now?
Believe I survived that. Thank you.
I can't believe we survived that either. I want to sleep for a long time. But not on the train. Never on the train again.
Gonna have to use it to go back eventually, but
I'll
not for
stay
a
awake
while.
for that.
Oh,
Okay.
It was like a 36-hour ride. You are not staying awake for that. But
Yeah,
Maury
well.
will try.
Deza is going to carpet the cave in Detect Magic.
Story Illusion is going to poke the dragon to make sure it's dead.
There's nothing in here that is magical in nature, not even the circuitry that was harvested and put in the treasure pile.
Okay.
But Deza, as you're carpeting the floor with magic or magic detection, this includes over towards the entrance. When
Mhm.
you get to the entrance, you see a sight.
Neat.
You see what would very much be considered a scenic overlook in better times, which is probably why everything was constructed the way it was, so that this cave could exist and kobolds could come here to look out upon the world they had made in this inner
My
space.
God, the edge of the map.
Yes, because I didn't make a map for that part. There is, in
Mhm.
fact, a sun in the sky, partially obscured by clouds, which go around. There is no horizon. The world curves up in every direction until it is obscured by atmospheric perspective. The edges,
This is extremely unsettling, and everybody has to see it.
the edges of the continents, before you saw continents from space when you landed, those same continental shapes are here, but they're in reverse. The edges are mountainous. The center dips low, although there are structures in the center of each continent. They must be massive because you see them from here. There are
Fascinating.
smaller structures near the edge in the mountains and what appear to be rail lines going across the continent towards that center structure. The area is not taken up by the structures, which none of the ones close by appear to look like they've survived well. There's giant holes in walls. Some of them are caved in completely. Some of them, you see the footprint of where they were, and others, you can tell from the pattern of other structures that there should be one in that spot, but there's nothing but rubble and overgrowth. There are trees, there are fields, there is what appears to be some type of recovered ecology in here, but none of that really lands home as much as it would otherwise, because the sky is full of dragons, and that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Wow.
Thank you everyone
You
for
said
listening.
we have a problem.
Thank you everyone for playing. Tonight I was joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Ellie, Eo, Jen, and a few comments from Tay. Thanks for joining us. Who wants to plug a thing?
Eo's mom
Yeah.
writes books. You can find them at
Do
Elizabeth
not
Dash.
put in front of the microwave. I am not read
Microwave.
out loud.
Who wants to plug in the microwave?
Well, I mean,
Elizabeth-McCoy.com. Yes, I've plugged a thing.
Yes, you have.
And speaking of books,
Okay. My website is bookofgen.net. I put mostly gaming stuff on there every once in a while when I remember, and I've done some book reviews and things like that. It's at, again, bookofgen.net. I'm also the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which we failed to record today because I forgot. But it's usually about the Diablo series of games and whatever's going on with the company, and that's at shatteredsoulstone.com, and you can find them on Twitter at shatteredstone and all the stuff that I retweet there.
and also on top of that, you are a returning regular over at Restless Barbarian Gaming, which
Yes,
is on
I've been in a
YouTube
lot
and
of those
Twitch.
games. Hmm.
Those
Yep.
games are. I like to watch most of them. I'm not into Vampire the Masquerade, so I don't watch
That's
the
fine.
vampire ones. It's not every
Wow.
game is for every person, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
know.
But
I have a lot
I
of fun with the vampire game.
I really
Go
like
ahead.
the others, including the one that you played today, and not just
Yes.
because the person who made the game got to be a character in it.
Got to be a character, yeah. It's called When the End Comes, and it's written by Sandra Catherine. You can find it on Itch.io. It's a really fun game. I've played it twice now.
It's
Not
a hard
just in
game.
this, it's a horror game, yes, and it's meant to go relatively quickly. Ours went into 2 sessions, which wasn't necessarily what you're supposed to do, but
Because you
works,
kept
as
living.
well, we kept living.
That was
Yeah,
your
we did.
problem.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a really fun game though. Like this is my second time doing it. The first time was when Catherine ran it for us and for a couple of us. So it's really good if you like horror games. It's a lot of fun.
What I like about it
And
is the
it'll
mechanic
fit
that
different scenarios too. Go ahead.
yeah, if it's different scenarios, you played one that was definitely not safe for any kind of work. It was set in the 80s.
Yes.
And you were part of a marketing department, and I think that's
Yes.
enough of a description to explain why it wasn't safe for anything. But my favorite mechanic about it is let's be honest, when your character dies,
Yep.
you become a ghost that still can make rolls and interact with the world.
Yep.
And that ghost can also die.
Yeah, it can.
It can. And speaking of Patreon, which we didn't speak about, but never mind. Just smile and nod. Smile and nod, everyone. We're getting this done. We have a
Alrighty.
Patreon. Patreon.com/cogwheel gaming. Help us keep the lights on, along with other illustrious patrons, including Chris, Ellie, Eric, Shen, Walter, and patron emeritus Cindy. And until next time, this is Crash saying, my God, it's full of dragons.
Oh, crap.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.